are as much as 85% of the premium. I mean, they're huge.
No,
They're huge.
we typically go directly to
The title company.
the title company, but we had a joint venture
And
I
they use
remember
their-
everyone was yelling because they're using an outside attorney.
And their attorney
charges.
is saying, oh, and then they just put a huge number in a closing statement, and you're saying, hey, I'm not used to seeing that. Okay. Okay? All right, so what I want to do now is I want to break up into groups. And I sent a note out. I think we've got, Daryl is still not here, but your group 4 still has 3 people, so I think we're good. Dustin, Mariel, and Frederick, Mark, Juan, and Alyssa, Alex, Robert, and Dylan, and Nicola, Tyler, and Michael. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take an hour. Each one of us has something different. Now remember, Glenn came and spoke to us at the first class. They just closed on a building, 901 Ponce. You guys did the lease abstracts on 4 different tenants as a group, right? So we're going to tackle, as the course goes on, different components of the diligence that he did in this building. And we're going to keep building to a very interesting assignment, I think, the last class. Okay, now, group 1. Dustin, I sent you the property report. I want you to get with your group. You're going to have 2 minutes to come up here, and I'm going to grade this. You guys aren't just going to get like 90% or 95% on this. I want a PowerPoint, no more than 3 slides, and I want a summary addressing all of the key facets of that property conditions report. Okay?
Okay.
Got it? That's group number 1. Group number 2, I've given you the environmental phase 1 that was done in that building. Now, what happened? There's not a lot in that building. So I also sent you an abstract that I received from some attorneys related to the 65 CVS stores that we bought some years ago. And why I sent that is because there are a whole bunch of environmental issues associated with some of those stores. So what I would like you to do is twofold. One is to look at the phase 1 at 901 Alhambra and provide a summary to the class of what that phase 1 assessment found. Okay? What's the overall environment and what's the property specific environment, and what additional recommendations may have been made to the prospective buyer. Number 2, I want you to address the phase 2 that I sent related to those CVS stores and identify several of the typical contamination issues that could be found in phase 2s and what remediation may be feasible under those circumstances. Okay? That's group number 2. Group number 3. Group number 3. I sent you all the service agreements. I want a spreadsheet that comes up here. I want a spreadsheet summary with all the vendors, the services being offered, the terms, the cost, and the termination privileges. To the extent that the utilities are not addressed there, state the utilities that should be found in that building and what your intention would be at the time of closing.
What was that last part? Utilities not?
If they're not addressed, if the service agreement detail that I sent, the zip file, doesn't have specific agreements related to
Okay.
FPL, TCO, whoever else, what should you do? Group number 4, I provided tenant information, tenant specific rental information, price, volume, and term. What I would like visually to present to the class is both a stacking plan and an expiration summary, a rollover schedule. You have 1 hour to work, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll be around to help you get into your groups and start working. Got to get it done, or you're going to lose the asset.
Looks like everybody moved it. Over here, these guys moved, right? You know, just work on all the people. Fine.
It's only 3 per group.
Or 3, right? No, we could 2. And the night with it.
Can you just go over which one you said that was, seven? What was this one? What do we have?
Okay, so the phase 1.
Oh, it's
Dylan.
environmental, okay.
I don't know what group you're in.
For the record, I'm gonna.
Dylan, you're in my group.
Yeah, you got everything you did?
Huh?
I've been waiting for you.
Service agreements, prepare a spreadsheet.
Yeah, I got
go
it, I
quick.
printed it out.
No, no, because I
Dylan,
went over
pay
there.
attention.
That was no necessary.
Get with the program.
So he says phase 1 give a summary,
Down.
and then I don't know what he meant by like a overall report, and then project specific, and then recommendations from this phase 1. What
You want all of us to have PowerPoints?
overall and project specific?
So these are all the.
Doesn't this talk about the surrounding area?
Okay, like the area.
So when you start, so a friend of mine called me the other day and said that he was gonna buy, a friend of mine, an attorney I know, that he was gonna buy a commercial parcel in Midtown that had a 7-Eleven on it. Then what did I think? Well, I don't know anything about it. I didn't take a look at the lease on a 7-Eleven, what rights do they have. Midtown, I said, hey, Buena Vista Rail Yards were there, heavy industry, you know. There potentially are some issues of groundwater contamination and migrates. So phase 1 always starts with what the general flow is, and then hones in or zooms into a property-specific situation.
Okay,
Okay?
just like 3 slides, so just.
Yeah, but you're gonna put animation and all that stuff.
You don't like it when I.
You're the PowerPoint queen.
Are we presenting for the other two?
The lease abstract?
Yeah.
No, those are done, graded, done.
I thought we were presenting them.
That's okay.
You don't need to. You did it.
Do you want to present?
I prepared to present.
Well, good, then you even know it all the better. You already did the work.
And then the second thing is the CES, right? We have the
Yes, ma'am, I'll be
CES.
right there.
You wanna start looking at that?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll get
So,
some of
so we have to
the-
identify some of the contamination issues and then what remediations can be made.
Price.
And then for the phase 1, you want us to just basically go over,
You can build a stacking plan.
The
give me like the bottom half of the stack.
So why don't seeing that he has that already, why don't you focus on that, and you and I focus on.
You want me to show you another one?
On the phase
So,
1.
right, so you look at the overall, and I'll look at project specifics, and then we will look at recommendations together, yes. Right.
How do we
So-
do that when we only?
Well, that's what I'm saying, let's see,
So stacking plan is a visual representation of the building
summary.
that can in one quick glimpse give you an idea of who occupies how much they pay. Yeah, stacking plan, so for example,
You see, you sent this to me, but I don't know what they.
when I did Echelon Point, this was,
Here, you glance through it and I'll be back in like.
Okay.
So these are each different cities where they're gonna, they put some CES in, or these are just like,
I don't know,
You
I guess
don't
this is
know?
good. Hey, there's a statement down there, just see what it says.
so in this particular, they took the building.
okay, this is each city that.
I've seen this
they
done in
describe
Excel, so you can do it in
how
Excel,
the deposits
right?
are.
But they've taken the building and they put who occupies what, how much they occupy, what the rates are when they expire. So on one page, you can see, hey, Paychex has this, Smith and Nephew has this, whoever's got this. Okay? Now you could do it this way, right? Or you could sort of build it up. And in this particular case, they even color-coded the expirations by year. So be creative. You're good for now. You can work.
Professor, so these are each, sorry, these are each, the CDs where they're CBS already planted in site, or?
So we bought 56 or 65 CBSs,
Okay.
and the seller gave us environmental phase 1 and 2 reports for all of them. Because we're doing so many different closings, we hired a law firm. The law firm that was helping us with the closing, we hired their environmental people to go through the environmental reports and highlight for us what was of issue and what their environmental perspective was. So I've sent it there, not because I want you to draw a conclusion, I want you to go through some of the problems that were identified, and then be able to go up to the class and say, hey, listen, some of the contaminants that we find in soil are this. Some of the,
So basically like a general outlook of the whole 56.
no, I don't care about the 56, I'm talking about conceptually.
Okay.
This is just gonna give you an example of
Some of the
problems that you can
conditions.
find, hey, underground tanks,
I see what you mean.
high concentrates of this, and what are recommended remediation? Cap, remove, extract, remediate groundwater, etc. So go through the entire report and see what some examples there. You guys got a bunch of contracts to go through. Okay, so you may want to break them up.
I thought you want us to work together.
You're not gonna get through all those contracts in an hour, and you gotta get through all of them. So I would break them up, and I'd have somebody already churning a summary sheet. And then, so the two guys aren't watching you work.
We got it.
Okay.
I worked in the Northeast for a couple of years, and we still talk about it. You get fired up. I was used to it for a while.
Okay.
Let's do
So
one
you've
together.
broken up the report into different.
Yeah. One the other.
You're looking at the executive summary.
No, I'm doing the data collection
Okay.
and structural.
You know what?
He's got the building mechanics
Okay.
and this methodology, executive summary.
I want to make sure that you address all the key mechanical and operating systems, and the other structural components.
Yeah, yeah.
And they address glazing, they address roofing.
Right, who wants to
They
explain it like,
But let's start.
what they
It's
found,
obviously
right?
right.
You have highlights?
I was looking for a name.
Highlights,
Circle, like, dollar amounts.
So, the executive team talked about, looked at structure, so they, we got floors, right? They looked at escalators, they looked at sprinkler systems, they looked at air conditioning systems. So, all of the mechanical and structural. I wonder if we can go back.
There's a couple of them are a couple things.
Yes, I mean, what's this?
So what's the other?
One capital expenditure.
I'm still trying to figure out like, what's the,
Okay.
what's overview here, and what's specific. Look through here and see if you can highlight out what's project specific and what's
I mean,
here's
it's
the last
easier to
one.
look through the pages as we do it.
That be about.
Because the words are like, you
Right,
don't
well, speaking, I mean,
see
I'll be able to present,
I would
so
just
having
go through
the
pages.
unit, the tenant, the monthly rate.
I mean,
And then
you
note
want
on
me
it.
to just give you a stack, that's what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, but, how are you gonna sort it? Are you gonna sort it alphabetically, or are you
I
gonna
think
sort
there's
it
some
by
stuff in.
expiration, or are you gonna
I
cut
don't
it
know, I
into
don't know.
different sections?
I think we
I
should
mean,
look
I
at
want
that
you to
and
be
see
creative and
if,
think, you're presenting
see how to
things to somebody
differentiate
who's gonna review it,
what's
and this information.
overall, and then what's the
Everything's
project
here.
specific.
I just don't even know what these were related to, because I've never seen one, so it's like I need a
Might be showing by.
visual in order
I mean, you've got a tenant
like,
here that's
for
got a
me,
lot of
I don't know what to do,
Might you group it
but
by
I can't
tenant?
look at this and
Might
tell you
group it by
what is in
expiration?
there.
Might you color code it so people can see both of those? Might you compare 2 or 3 different views to show those? Might you graph some of that?
Okay, so let me give you this bottom portion.
And then,
And this is like, I think, specific site.
And then if you find something in the executive summary that like stands out, like, so.
is there a, you want?
So what time are we gonna start presenting at?
At 4.
Down so we can.
You've already wasted 20 minutes. I mean, invested 20 minutes. Start working. What's wrong? Alyssa, what's wrong?
Ah,
Frazzled.
There you go. Agreement to determine the regular party.
It's not class.
8th anniversary.
Not fun?
No, I said it's not class.
So 30 days.
Yeah, it's California.
30 days, 20 days by year.
No, I don't.
Right? So you can do whatever.
That's mine.
Okay, so 30-day notice. Got it? So try to do this. So that one's gonna go like that. I'm gonna keep this up. I'm just gonna do this really quick while you start. I'm just gonna
We don't wanna mess with the.
Okay.
You want to just really quickly just go through this one if you want to. On the top left. You know what I mean? Just so it might help, it might not.
What month, what your hands are going to right
So this is a list of all of what looks like the potential issue sites, and it bases it off of how far they are away.
Potential issue sites.
Well, because I mean, I'm just going to assume that here's a lab, here's a Texaco, I mean. Maybe it's everything.
Okay, these are really too key.
Maybe do two, let's do one, and then let's, I'll input it, or do two. So you don't have to go.
One.
We should be doing PowerPoint too.
I don't get that.
I say we have all of our information by 15 till and what we want on the slide, and then we'll
Okay.
put it together.
So you already have company.
Yeah. It's a maintenance agreement. Yeah, I'm gonna start this up.
No, it's a.
Where's your cash? Where's your cash? That actual, this actual stuff. This thing, where's your? No, it's not actual sheet.
But like, for example,
So that.
there's nothing that jumped out that says it's a problem, so I just want to say. Right.
That's why there's an executive summary, that's why they place to start, and when you see something big, and you go back to the big
Yeah.
report.
No. I don't know about that.
Why just gotta go through each month, what should it take about, how square foot job it is?
Well, the easiest way is not to have three people working
This
on
one
three
is
different
Andy's.
reports at the same time, but rather, see, there's just one record, and that, out of that record, a lot of different information can come out. So, for example, if one guy should be, or one lady should be inputting, what I said, you could bring it to Excel, right?
Okay.
So, all of a sudden, you can sort the tenants by expiration date.
230.
you could sort them by square footage, you could sort them by tenant. You follow what I'm saying? So you're already not going the right path, because you're doing something that's different than that, and it should all flow from the same document, which is the rent roll. So step number one is, you need to create a rent roll.
So let's take it.
And from that rent roll, you can make your stacking plan, and make your expiration schedule, or rollover schedule. And it's not by month.
And what's the date of
Well,
the
it's-
start?
well, the expiration is not spelled properly.
No, I know that. I'm sorry.
7/1.
It's not by month, what's relevant is by year.
Okay.
And then,
Because I don't care.
You're right, I mean, it goes all the way to 20.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, so,
I got it.
I would have got 10 years.
I wouldn't be going 12 months. Not gonna go all the way. I got you.
Occupation of more than one tenant, is it customary to put all into one total square footage or break it up for each unit?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna leave that to your discretion. What I would tell you is it one tenant, or is it multiple tenants? And if it's one tenant, then they should probably be grouped
Like, what are you
together.
talking?
Now, they may
How
not
about
all be
like,
grouped together. in the
specific
stacking
site
plan.
issues?
Right.
Because basically that's
You
what
follow
you
what I'm
mentioned
saying?
is, a list
So
of different
one
sites
site
that
might be-
have, like, it's just like, here are all the sites surrounding it, and it's like, these are what the issues might be. So basically what I have right here is just like saying, this is
Yeah,
what
but-
for.
That's one.
And there's,
You
it's
didn't sort
pretty,
that,
I
right?
mean, there's, I'm not gonna go through them, there's like hundreds
You didn't
of
sort that,
Yeah,
right?
so-
different people, so basically I'm just saying, this is what they
Yeah,
do,
but
they
it's-
go
go down to
through
the
the
bottom.
list, and this is how it happens.
Something's not really
There is
sorted
no
right.
way
No,
to
I
work.
don't think he wants us
I
to
don't
say
think
like,
he
hey,
does either.
we're
You
going.
haven't constructed the rent roll yet.
No, I think what he
Because
wants
you've
us
got
to
price
show
data
is
somewhere, too. You've
just
got volume
say,
here.
hey,
Why don't you put
you know, this is the area.
price and volume together?
And look at,
Okay.
and just give like a
So,
summary
just
of
put-
what's in that
put what
area
is
that
the
may be
annual rent.
of some potential concern.
So what I would do is I would.
I mean, the conclusion
put
is,
that in order.
Well, do you have that information, because I don't have it.
I don't, not as of now, but the conclusion is this.
Square footage,
Yeah.
total square footage, and
This
total
is
annual
in
rent.
color, and this is it.
This is the conclusion of that,
When we
right?
do it.
Okay.
I mean, what's more
Well,
relevant
we
to
need
me
to
are dollars
summarize
and
that,
square
so we
footage.
can
okay?
we
But
already have the bullet notes that
anything-
need to be said.
Square footage is so
Because
important, and you do that.
15 minutes, we have to
We'll
already
get
have our
both-
bullet
we'll do
points, we're
square
gonna go
footage.
into
Yeah.
our
You can do
presentation.
both. Okay.
What do you have these, what do you do, these are actual dates?
Fine, you're done. You want
The double slash, why are all of them in different formats? Is that
to
on
go
purpose or?
over one, or?
Is that what
or
we're
yes?
using,
You
or
want-
all the different formats? Is that
Um,
an error?
Give me like 2 more seconds. I don't know if you.
I'm a professor. I don't make errors. Because I
assume not.
copied it from somebody else's, but why is that not, I mean, it started in 193, they started in 199. I think there was a problem, let me come back and. Okay.
So this is its own.
Okay, listen, the ones, they're not in different formats. It's just that the ones that are this year, so go back to the other thing, just go back. So, this started in July, okay? They're starting
So yeah,
in
there's 2
September,
this person.
they're starting in 12th of July,
Nice.
okay?
Good. Alright, what's the next one?
There's something's not right in there. Give me the tenant name.
Aluminum filler, A-L-E-M-Y, M-A-N-Y filler.
Yeah, they started in January of 99. Give me another one.
American Airlines.
They started in one of 93. And then the other ones that just have this year are this year. And the ones that are vacant, and it's got like a date, that's the assumption that it's gonna be rented, that comes out of the, like there's a vacant one, Suite 306. You know, there's just the assumption that that's gonna be rented. I pulled this out of an Argus dump. So there's an assumption that it's gonna be rented at that rate at a particular time. But for purposes of a rent roll, what's vacant should be vacant and shouldn't have information associated, because a rent roll is what? A legal document, right, that describes the occupancy of a building along with its rates, right? So there's no income associated with it, it should be disclosed, it should account for all the suites in the building. But if there's no revenue associated with it, it should disclose any revenue.
Here's some adjacent properties.
Yeah, Nicola?
These are, I have a list of them.
See that smoke coming out of it?
I'm confused, I don't even know.
Do you
Why would it be
have a
confused? Go back.
Yeah.
You getting through?
Yep.
Yours is relatively simple. You see how this is like a wider area?
This is, it was like identified sites.
Yeah, so there's our site, and then it starts drawing, yeah. So you see how, that's what I see by top level, right? It's just saying geographically how close is their contamination to my site.
And are there any areas of concern within?
If there is, that might migrate over. It doesn't look like there's anything in the immediate periphery there, so maybe you don't need to spend a lot of time on that.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, here's adjacent properties.
Same way you did that one before, so that's what I was.
So you want to put the stacking like starting at 100, starting at 300, or we can color code it not with all the greens, if we do like greens on first floor, blues on second floor, and yellow.
What's a resort, first of all? Tell me what is it? So, I don't know, I'm asking you, what are they defining?
Do you
What are
have
they
any
saying
idea
is
which
a
one
reserve
of these
cost?
rings or which color?
What?
It tells you the radiuses, but I can't tell them just from that color.
That's what you were asking.
I was like, how do you make this sound bigger without making it one lower?
This says repairs and replacement.
I assume it's a quarter of a mile.
If you get repair means you gotta fix it now, right? That's not what it is. Replace it now. Replacement is where you don't it's not a repair, it's a capital expenditure. You are going to have to make capital expenditure as items,
So
now it's
you're
not
not
described
about stacking all
differently,
the way,
right?
so you're stacking those.
So, you read it what it says, the replacement reserves are, but typically for capital expenditures, you're going to have a period.
Well, that's not go back to the top.
And that's going to then say, between the buyer and the seller,
What I'm thinking is that.
should I be given a credit for that or not? Should I ask for a
So it's
credit for
temporary, so
that
you're
or
not
not?
gonna do it, you're not.
If I reasonably have to spend, I spent $50,000 on an office building over a 5-year period, would I be over the concern to get a credit from the seller? Probably
That would
not.
be our stack.
If I gotta spend $3 million to replace a roof now, am I gonna go to the seller?
So you'd be able to look at it and go, this is
When it
big,
says here,
this is what, you know.
So talking to the roof.
Basically just,
Life expectancy, 10 to 15. We recommend the roof.
Take it off, take it off. Take it off.
Over the evaluation period. Is the evaluation period the period of the reserves that they're gonna allocate? Is that what that means, evaluation period?
That's what I would read from that, but you have to come over here, I mean, they have to define what the period is.
You know, whatever.
There's a summary
Okay.
table.
Are we doing that one?
I've already got a couple of
Address
things that will get us in trouble with the phase one gas stations. You know, I got them all
the lengthy
highlighted
evaluation
here.
period is
Try
5
to look
years.
for.
So there you go.
I'm gonna get a
So you're gonna look like for some
Solutions.
some remediation.
yeah, exactly.
Create gas.
Doesn't touch upon it a lot.
My computer.
Right there, bold, 5 years.
I mean, the remediation is basically there's a when there's an NFA professor
NFA,
and no further action, when there's a statement like when they declare it as an NFA, no matter the problem that it has, if it has chemicals in the soil, there's no further action needed, right?
well, yeah, but remember, I'm not looking for I'm not looking for a reading of that as it relates to this. I'm looking for the identification of common problems, so you can share with the class
like
what problems.
gas stations, dry cleaners, all that.
Those aren't problems, those are previous uses. Problems are the specific issues that are mentioned there. Underground tanks, I mean, I'm doing this from memory from 6 years ago. Underground tanks, certain chemicals in the groundwater, right? So what I'm looking for is to identify for the rest of the class what some common environmental issues might be and what some common or typical remediation actions are. You could say, sometimes there is just an acknowledgement that there's a problem and there's nothing to do. We got about 25 minutes, we can say 30. Le estamos brindando un estimado por el mantenimiento de la grama. This guy must be Puerto Rican, because that's the only people who say get involved. So it says, okay, we're bringing you an estimate for the maintenance of the grass, which includes cutting it, apodar las cercas, trim the hedges, and maintain in good conditions the landscaping, doing this twice a month. By the way, this is not written in good Spanish, well, you can imagine, coming from. Okay, we would charge $150 for each cut, for a total of $300 a month. We would fertilize 4 times a year, we charge $1,350 every time. Put mulch 2 times a year, $965 for the whole year, $250 each time. We'll let you know.
Like any potential, we know
Every
that the
time
conclusions,
we do,
they don't think anything is gonna happen.
every time we fertilize, we'll
There
put
is,
mulch.
I mean, I glanced through it,
Any
and I was
variation
more
could,
going to
next
see
week
what it
discuss.
was they were looking for, so, like,
Then,
if I went back and I looked at the ones that they identified,
it's pretty
it's
informal
like,
agreement.
it's things like that, and we.
In the area, okay.
Yeah, they're identifying previous.
Like,
uses.
okay, so let's just maybe, let's call out some of those potential
That's what
ones. Okay, cool.
I'm thinking.
Do you think you're gonna like that?
We're gonna get all of it on one.
Um,
So almost doing the floor, and it's also gonna explain the, then roll with staff and plan,
Yeah.
it'll be all in one, and color code it a little bit.
Alright, that's fine.
I mean,
Like that, I mean, it's almost like that, but now we're just gonna format it and make it look good.
now let me ask you a dumb question, can I ask you a dumb question? Floor 9 has 11,000 square feet.
Uniform and air.
Floor 9, 11,000 square foot.
And floor 8 has 10,000?
As long as there's a vacancy, then not more.
Where'd you put that?
Yeah.
There gonna be 2 costs?
Are you doing your animation already, Alyssa?
No, I'm not doing any of that.
You're not there yet? You're not there yet?
You don't give us enough time for me to prepare. I spend a lot of time on your presentations.
We're at a share, that's why there's like 0 there.
I can't do them that.
That was 11.
No, don't delete that right away.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, professor. With the, to a point that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
4.
We don't show any vacancy rates.
You didn't show any vacancy rates or any vacant space?
Vacant space on the floor.
That's the uniform component.
Space now, there's an addition. Or I should say,
How could
the
that
top
be?
floor has more space than the other.
How could that be? I mean, could it be
So all
that,
this goes
yeah,
per week, okay, so that's added on.
Yeah, the,
or maybe you just, at the time you agreed with these people, maybe it was measured at a different time, yeah? It looks like, so if I look at floors 7, if I look at floors 7, 8, 9, and 10, for example,
Per uniform?
they are relatively close, but it looks like floor 7 and 8, for whatever reason, they're paying a lower amount, so. I mean, I'd have to go back to the lease, that'd be a question that I would ask, I would say, why is it that they're all occupying that space? Now, it's not that big a difference, it's probably some mechanical systems on some of these floors. There may be, you know,
Some kind of electrical room or.
well,
Or electrical room.
maybe there's an electrical room, maybe there's some, I wouldn't say columns.
I just don't want to send it over
That
one
wouldn't be
thing.
the issue.
So what I was thinking for.
Yeah, but it sounds like maybe,
Okay, so
maybe I should tell you what
talked about
what
the
the
surrounding
floor plate
sites,
is in that
it's in
building.
there and what they were looking for. They-
What's,
they
that's
were
the other,
dry cleaners,
wait, hey,
want a gas
your
station.
property conditions, how big are the floor plates there?
How many gallons?
Well, it was 12 each, I mean, they were all 12 fucking of sites in that. I don't know if you realize that.
I mean, that.
There was 12.
Yeah, but like,
sites.
okay, 12 sites identified.
12
Well, I
sites
would
identified.
Of those 12,
Property
those were like
description there.
concerned sites, so.
To minimize the
I'm
amount of.
assuming, I mean, I can't read all of it, but that's what it's here.
That is it.
I would highlight it across.
That's what, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. And then you'll go over something else.
I mean, I would just,
I'll keep looking at other of them. I can't go through all of them.
That is a stacking plan, but it's not using the actual outline of the building. Does that make sense?
I'll come right over, I'll come right over. Do you have the
Do you want to
answer?
work on, since
Let me
I'm just
see it.
gonna work on my side, do you wanna work on
Let me see
your
it.
next slide, and then I can keep working on
Sure, and I
this?
think we should have like a slide with the link to just say like, hey,
He said
what
3
the.
slides, so I don't think.
Wait, this says that
I'm
the
just throwing
building,
it out.
wait, this says that the
No, we
building.
can do this in 3 slides. You got his,
The
3 slides included in
Hundred and
his?
seventy-seven thousand, eight hundred and forty.
So I mean, I can do, in one slide, I can basically list the things that impact the chemicals that they release. I'm having trouble finding
Why don't we
solutions.
use this first slide?
Is it 3 slides?
You're not switching slides.
Hundred and three.
Why don't we use this slide to say what the phase 1 covers?
I don't know what you're talking
Yeah, I know.
Just,
Yeah, but all you, this is general.
about. What are you doing?
Yeah, so that's.
I don't think this first slide counts.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, let's just go ahead and put it up there.
Hold on,
What the,
It doesn't count.
what the environment, what the phase 1 covers.
But then it's gonna count.
Don't worry, we'll get it. I don't know, I can't work on this thing. And
Then just come over here.
I,
I
yeah,
can't.
I just tell you what.
I just need to get through most of the property. I need to get through and find other properties.
Plus, 337, so you have
Okay, tell me what's
637.50.
Yep.
For cut fertilization.
So
Then
just say, okay,
2 times a
what
year,
the
they
title.
do mulch.
just say
Okay, hang on,
phase
so
1,
that's monthly?
right? Now when it covers,
Yeah.
and
Why don't
basically,
we include that
2
into
times,
this
they actually
first
do,
slide?
they
How do
cut
you see
2 times
Maria?
a month. So.
What did you come up with, 103? It's
That's
107.
the time they come out, or is that a
Yes.
monthly charge? It's a monthly of $300. Right, so it's the 630.
But I need a square footage
Is
number.
their mother, what, yeah, is what you're getting on.
Okay, don't worry about it, just go back to what you're saying.
Fertilization.
okay, so,
Okay,
like the current
so,
condition is just like
so,
subject property.
so, according to the appraiser, according to CBRE, the building should be 107.
Historical land uses at the subject property.
According to the appraiser, I wanna give you some more input from somebody else.
This is for
Like
actually
bullet
the
points,
whole
right?
year.
I know.
But then it also
Historical
says,
land uses at the subject
Yeah,
property.
fertilization for the year. For the cut, I don't know what.
Oh,
so
past and
it's
present
one
uses
year,
of
5 year
adjacent
divided by 4.
properties.
Yeah,
That's
and that's
something
quarterly.
that was what I
And
was
which is
showing.
No, I'm saying that
37.50.
I'm doing the whole synopsis of what it covers.
Okay, so.
And then
so
we're gonna go into
that's
specific
not
of what you do.
I mean, I'm not gonna, okay,
That's where your price is showing.
Past and present.
I got it, hold on.
And according to what I sent you, you should have 106,500
I
square feet.
understand, but you keep repeating and I can't remember what you're saying because you reword it every time. Do you
You should
understand
have,
what
I
the
sent
issue
you
is?
I'm reading this
106,000.
exactly what it is.
106,458 to be precise.
Make it easy.
No,
Would
no, no,
you
no,
typically take
keep
like
going.
96, like 96% of the gross would be net? Is that including all stuff for an office?
Of adjacent.
No, I mean, this is not, this is a very old office building, so
Possible
whatever,
environment.
whatever property was
And
then.
subject property.
I mean, Nachi used the number the other day, I think he said like 97 or something like that. But this is an old building which is,
And
with 10,000 square foot of plates, and we have a totally different sort of efficiency factor than
Design concept.
what today's 25,000 square foot floor
Professor, if the underground water gets contaminated, what could be a possible solution?
Well, you have to remediate
No
it.
termination clause or anything.
You have to remediate it. You have to, like, you know, filter it and refilter it and refilter it and refilter it and refilter it.
What is that?
Sit down for what?
I got him the answer.
Turn down for what?
Power south. It's,
Well,
I mean, it's coming.
Not conservation space, but you have, you know,
So I have it over here.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's escalated
What,
all the No excuses, no excuses.
So Neil, you are,
We just go off the information, we'll fix it.
when you erase it?
so,
Why did you erase it?
do another slide, and let's do the specific, and then we'll come back to
One but not the
you
other.
already have some, right?
It could have been a,
It could be that I did it to trick you.
I would have put it back.
You could call this out in the middle of the
It's
presentation.
probably likely.
Well, maybe not on purpose.
Oh, you didn't
but I
identify that there was a gas
No.
station?
There is. I was looking at them, so I know, but these are things that they.
Okay, well, let me type this on another computer, and I'll just.
Sometimes one report doesn't
Okay,
give you all the
just plug it in.
information.
No, it does
That's
not,
easier?
that's exactly what happened.
Okay, there you go.
Keep going, we just are gonna have way too many slides,
No, I just need one more slide.
but then he needs slides too.
So, 4 slides.
You gotta be working,
Tell me what one stuff.
Do you want to finish what you have to do first? And I'm saying I could type this up there and send it to you. For the sake of time. So finish your research.
It's a service,
There's probably some sort of backup generator.
Oh, I can try to- I can try to
Backup
type
gen set.
Now the slides.
It's a backup generator system.
duh.
It's not gonna be on here, it doesn't match. 601's not there.
You said it should be 106, 459?
Yeah,
Okay, so what is
458,
that?
you got 459?
We got 459.
Okay,
They
that's,
have
that'll
two
work.
services.
601's the only one, 601's the only one
They're
that's
full
not.
service.
Exactly, this is what we don't have.
Full service plus an
No,
inspection.
but it's not part of a floor
So they have
plan?
It's on
one maintenance
3194
inspection.
square
You're
footage.
making one, you're making a stacking
So
plan.
there's
There's a second
two
plan.
annual.
Well, we added
Well,
services.
the stacking
So
plan has to
this is
address every
my
floor,
annual
doesn't it?
maintenance plan.
Yes, it does.
The one
What, total square footage was
plus
every
that,
floor?
because they each have one each with,
They have 11.
one
Is
plus
everything in progress?
one at a time. Yeah, over here. Alright, 110 plus 49473, and
Underneath it.
that's full service, that's 36 months. Yeah, 36 months, 11601. Yeah, 96 months.
We don't have.
We don't have it.
But
There's
we
number
also
one,
have
number
one
one
full
matches
maintenance
the
service
full
and one maintenance inspection.
But I'm saying that's each floor.
Oh, okay. What are those for? It's not on here. It's included. Yeah, it's included. Alright, this is the inspection, this is twice a year. I have one of those twice a year, semi-annual. Yeah, that's fine. You added it both ends? Yes, perfect. Alright, then what's the cancellation? It says 30-day period of written notice. By either person or by.
Yeah, it says, it's in the,
It's in
it's like
the,
in
Like
the
floor plans.
building, contractors manual.
Well, underneath it, you know.
Okay.
Just give it some.
so those are basically the same things
Floor-
that are
like, so
out
that's
there,
like
not
special
dress or whatever, basically.
Who is this one?
You guys need to start putting something together, because you only have like 12 minutes to go.
Well, right in the same side. Without changing.
I address the probably conditions report. You don't,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, that's it.
I could probably do this in
Well, I
one,
mean, you gotta
I
add
will do
one,
it in
so
one,
what is
no
this
more
one?
fast.
350.
And maybe
So now we
one
know
slide,
we're
my
not
slide,
out.
just have the bullets coming off. Okay,
But
mechanical system, we got
doesn't weird.
escalator, we got elevator, we got
Yeah.
HVAC, you
You
know.
don't have to do that one.
Now, get out of here.
We hired so-and-so and so-and-so
I
day.
would like this
They gave us a
to change
report,
about
it's
this
just fit, but I'm gonna give it to
No, I know
you
what you're
in
saying.
2 minutes.
Okay, we gotta get the power plug.
Got it?
How much time do we really have?
Yeah, like 12 minutes. Like 12, yes, ma'am.
What is that?
Yeah, we'll just say.
You ready to type, buddy?
Yeah.
Can I get the whole sheet?
Yeah, alright, Glenn. Yep, fire safety. Yes, alright. Fire safety. Alright, we got 210. That's a separate, what?
I don't know what it stands for, but it was complete, so I wouldn't worry about it. So there
Is
was,
that a monthly?
obviously, there was some sort of cleanup required, okay?
What's the?
and it was obviously done.
It's like 30 days,
Okay.
prior with written notice.
Yes.
So, I mean, you know, it's like the arguments like acronyms, you know, I don't know.
You could do.
I thought you knew everything.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
You letting him do the PowerPoint? I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm done. I wanna be disappointed.
$39.95 monthly.
Did you notice that she used a
And it's all plus
Yeah.
tax.
thing with the colors, just like her
Hold on, you're
fingernails?
right,
Long ones.
you're right,
She's color coding her PowerPoints now.
No matter what I do, I'll get
It's
it.
valid for 30 days.
Bother everybody.
Oh, I don't
So I guess it's something I just, yeah.
You know what glance
You
technologies?
know what? I'm gonna just talk
No,
about
we
this
got
Gotta
last
review
thing.
glance.
Yeah, you guys finish.
I don't know what.
We got it.
You got it?
We got that.
12 minutes.
You got global services?
So,
Yeah.
I mean, whatever we don't have up there, at least I have it in my head.
No, it's actually 9 now.
$5,657.
I don't see a stacking plan yet.
All right.
It's 30 minutes at 7, 35.
You good?
So we have,
Yep.
Okay.
You gotta type fast.
This is like retro paper and
But I
plastic.
still don't see any color coding, I don't see anything yet.
Yeah.
Coming down the wire.
No, we got 40
No,
minutes.
we started after. You started at 10 after, let me say. You can say whatever you want.
You're enjoying this, huh?
He is enjoying
Like,
this. Anyone
if
else
this was
feel
real,
that?
I just have a statement.
The only possible things to clean up a
Actually,
contaminated soil underground is remediating for the water and basically removing all the soil, right?
For me to be
Those are the only things that I found.
When I've never seen one before.
Well, we're simulating. You know, it's a microcosm, right? I'm not gonna hold you accountable, I'm not gonna buy this building based on your PowerPoint.
You're not, so why am I doing
But what I'm trying to do is,
Made their own tabs where
you guys are getting used to the type of reports, who prepares them, what they report on, and sharing it with the class, because if we went through all these every week, we'd never get through everything that has to get done.
But are you gonna send us all this? Because it's cool, like, I didn't actually know that.
You can send it to you.
Yeah, I can
But all
see
the
that.
other stuff.
Have fun.
I'd rather not send all of it like that, because this is like a proprietary deal that was done and closed,
Yeah,
and
so there's another
I,
one.
now, if you have specific questions,
It's just talking about,
you know, maybe I would, you know, address some of them, yeah. Who brought those cookies? Where are they from?
Robert.
this bottom.
you're bringing.
They were on sale, probably expired. Sell by 11/9. These things are like expiring. I really shouldn't have one of these things. I want to get fat.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to get fat.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
It could. It really could. It's really a temptation.
Are they public cookies?
Yeah.
Oh.
Are they good? I don't mean,
I've never seen them in that shaped box, so it's sort of.
and it says on sale.
No, that has nothing to do with it.
You good?
The problem is,
I'm good on my side, yeah.
Okay,
each
cool.
one of these, each one of
I have
these,
3 examples.
each one of these cookies is like 800 calories.
You're a little quick there.
The thing I was reading, those Cinnabons were like,
I've never had
kids
them,
are
but my
crazy about
parents
those
take my niece down there, and I'm so upset. We have them in the freezer, but they're not the same
no,
ones.
it's not the
They've been
same.
frozen.
Listen, that one girl that was saying that stuff, when she took it, she was like, oh my God, they're still warm.
Isn't it like in Homestead or something?
It's in the Redland, yeah, it's 200 and,
Have you ever been to the winery down there?
no, I drove by it, no.
I've taken it.
I heard it's really nice to
It's a really cool spot to just go and.
just hang or
And
whatever.
they have like wine tours. We brought my dad there for Father's Day. And
I've heard it,
it's a
like they do,
trek.
yeah, no, it's, yeah,
For
but
us.
they do like weddings and stuff like that, yeah.
And rehearsals and, I mean, I would never go there for that. Apparently they get a little crazy on Friday nights, but,
Yeah, there's like one night a week that they, yeah,
Actually, you know what?
I was like, how would anyone get home from going out there?
maybe you
I
know.
have a different color.
There's a place really close to there, it's another place that's kind of iconic down there, it's called Roberts is Here, which is a fruit stand.
They promote all the areas. They have like a map of like what's nearby, because most of the people that are going there are traveling from, you know, the Tri-County area.
And it's like on the way to the Everglades, you know, but like Roberts is a place to sort of go to, it's like a lot of cyclists on weekends will ride there, stop, get their shake, whatever, you get enough energy to ride back, yeah. There's a ride down there tomorrow. It's a mountain bike ride off like gravel, but I can't go because
She's trying to go by threes.
my brother had this exchange student at their house from Italy like 6 years ago, and he's come back to visit this weekend, so I had to take him out on a boat.
Through what program did you do it through? Was it through like Rotary or?
No. It was kind of a one-off thing. There was a guy that came from Spain, who's now the principal of a high school down there, but he was somehow involved with this, what's called the covenant community. It's people that kind of associate with one another.
Yeah.
And so they just brought a bunch of kids from that, and he just, on his own, found, so they put like 3 or 4 of them at Columbus High School.
Yeah, my
And then the
cousins
school-
used to do that in Jacksonville.
And then the school just kind of said, okay, we need 4 families, and my sister-in-law was like, I guess there was like this one kid that nobody wanted him, you know. So they took him. He's a nice kid. He's a doctor now. He's come back to visit for a weekend.
Yeah.
But it's nice to, you get,
I'm still close with some of my cousins' exchange students because they would always bring them to Orlando and then stuff, where they were developers of course, they're always traveling, they bring them with them and they get to like, show them what they provide. Interesting.
I had these kids in the house this weekend, and one of them is,
Right into a PowerPoint.
one of them's dad is the head of the government in Catalunya, in northeast corner of Spain. And they're actually having like a secession vote tomorrow and all that, so it's really interesting. We stayed up pretty late talking about this. And it's funny because you see his kids, I don't know the kid's parents, but he's friends with this kid who I know. But this guy's dad, I see on television all the time, and this kid's talking, and I said, genetics are strong, because you could see the father in, you know, the mannerisms, the... How we look?
Okay, so we've combined the documents, so we have the stacking plan, that gives you all the floors, the total square footage of the floor, that's actually what you're aware.
Hey, whoever's doing stuff, I hate these like
But there's also.
offensive colors, like these puke mustards, and I hate
He already commented.
use soft pastels,
Use what I use.
Those are millennial.
use the nails, use the list of fingernail colors. That's offensive. That is offensive. That is like puke mustard. No.
I'm trying to find that sheet.
See, Alyssa, I don't just pick on you, I pick on other people.
Oh, I.
Move those colors along. There we go. 5 move those colors.
Just makes it all stronger.
Don't put too much in.
At minimum.
Yeah, would you like to
That's
just
way
touch
too
it
much
in like
information.
2 minutes and we have a lot more information? So are you gonna do slides 1 and 3 and then I'll do the second slide and he'll do the fourth one?
Did you put mine?
I don't know, what do you want, what should I title this?
No, you should put yours at number 2.
That's what I did. Well, okay, I don't know what you should
Okay.
do. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay, so I'll do it.
No, I'm gonna do the slide I typed up and you're gonna do
Which is slide 3?
I think it's slide 2 with you. I'll show,
That's fine, that's fine.
Mine is like an environmental overview, so I don't know if I should go first.
Well, no, yours is supposed to be the specific issues.
Specific, yeah, with, and remediation for specific issues.
Yeah, like with underground, like polluting of soil, you remove soil and dump it in the landfill. With water, polluting of water, you remediate the water.
How?
Well, I mean, it doesn't say how to do it in the thing.
Hold on, is this
My first slide.
this is it?
No.
Yep, all the same. The 3 deliverables, you have a rent roll, that's broken out.
The one that you
into all the
typed up?
trackings.
No,
And it's all
no,
the
the one that
expiration
was like the cover one.
Oh, you can make it in the cover.
Yeah, the cover is
Didn't I ask for
See,
like
that's how you made it.
an
the first
expiration
slide,
schedule?
too.
There are expiration.
Wait, where?
I asked for an expiration schedule.
We've got
What,
five.
how does the cash flow stack?
Okay, so this
Alright,
is.
so I'm gonna take that, so total times 3% divided by.
But do you want me to do the work? I'll get some of the credit myself and take it from you if you want me to do it for you real quick.
That.
No, he wants us to sort it by expiration date.
Well, or is sorting the best way to do it? I mean, could you graph it maybe?
Hold on.
How are there two?
No cash flow with.
Could you graph the expirations by year?
Okay, so this one you get rid of. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
She's getting pissed now. She's like,
You didn't hit delete.
she's like turning red.
on our way to Los Angeles.
I mean, I don't think that's what he's looking for, that's how we remediate the water, because I'm reading here and it's, you know, it's like a bunch of biological
And if
things
not,
that you have to do.
that's just it.
I think that's what he was asking. Like a synopsis.
Okay, so this.
Professor, do you want the actual process of how we do remediate the water? Or?
Well, if it's detailed, maybe.
Your total rent with the month.
So this
or with
is
the
what you
year.
were gonna talk about,
year.
whatever.
I mean, bioaugmentation.
And then I was gonna go into the
What's
specifics
the
of
sprinkler?
You should put like surrounding.
Yeah, got it. Fire sprinkler.
This should be the heavy
46 a
one.
month.
Does that make sense?
We only looked up the one that you have to look over your shoulder because we didn't know what it was for.
Okay. And,
Repeat what you said, please.
I'm saying if.
it's because we're in the PCC network, project-specific issues, then you're
Right,
gonna.
so I'll do
I think the groups that have one have like more visually appealing presentations. The ones that are just guys,
2023.
Page.
2021, so I mean, you're trying to look at what the cash flow's gonna be, depending on, which is kind of difficult, but I say that sometimes.
you want me to do it for you? I mean, I'll take points from you.
No, please, 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 please.
Go away.
Speak for a little bit.
No, that doesn't work.
Well, we have to test them to see if they work. You got it, Mike?
The two axes gotta be, I guess, dates, and intent.
Okay, okay.
I have to have all three.
Okay, I want to tell you so that so,
Should I leave it like that?
like,
I mean, I don't
you
have
can
to
copy
remember
that,
which one.
maybe
You should put the
put it down
address
below, maybe you
of this
sort it by expiration date, and then you can graph
Wants to be on.
what amount will follow.
Copy it.
Hold on. Okay.
No,
What's the address of the site?
you messed up floor 10.
901 Ponce. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Delete this,
You put phase one.
Okay.
phase one environmental.
And
And
then,
it,
I'm not seeing it. There.
Put phase one in that.
But he's talking about phase two.
Yeah, but the problem is, how are you going to save the file?
I
That's
go
what
with
I
phase
told
one
you.
and phase two.
Yeah, he goes over.
Because
the
once they
files.
find pollutants,
Oh,
or once they
okay,
know there are
that's-
gas stations in the area, they go into phase two.
Yeah, that was the
And
whole
then
point.
phase
Okay, you guys got to start wrapping up, okay?
So then don't put Ponce.
You guys have to start wrapping up, that's part of place management.
Because this slide is included in
You
here.
gotta start wrapping up.
So that's what I'm saying, just delete the cover.
That's the subject property.
Yeah, but this is not, he's not dealing with the outcrop.
Oh, he's not?
That's what I'm saying, just delete this cover. Go to slide 2.
Not a pivot table.
you wanna do
So,
You don't just
so put, instead of
It's
what
not
is
gonna
phase
work.
one, you say phase one
It's not
environment,
gonna work.
Ponce to be on. And then just say, hey, this is what it covers.
That's what he,
a
that's.
line will have the base rents, and then you have the expiration, it'll show when the base rents.
901.
They don't.
What is this one, usage security guard?
Yeah,
It's not gonna work. Because first of all, what I want is a square footage that's
so
rolling, I
per
don't want
week
the
it's
dollars that are rolling.
78.5 hours at $11.95
Unless you total by year, how are you going
Totally
to?
by year and then.
Says that, no, that's just
What's the
monthly,
return?
Isn't that difficult?
Since we have some time, put,
go back and determine whether you can probably get at least 30 days worth of
issues to mine.
Alright.
Okay, recommend formations to register, right?
Where's the bus stop?
And then there's a minor issue about,
They did was hanging off the front.
the minor
Yeah,
issue.
lobsters. Lobsters, and I was just.
So for example,
Basically went offshore in a couple hours. So just held it on ice, got to the place, they stuck pins. And basically all the
Okay,
bones.
there's a minor issue with
So
stone.
we had to just kind of puzzle pieces. Just like it's something, you know. Not a joint, joint is right on the joint.
let's just go back for a
They
second.
just try to put all the bones together, some pins, just try to. But it was just 5 minutes. No, there's no joint.
What happened to the square footage?
Yeah, they.
Well, those were totals before, so when you started to put them into the dates,
They
they rearranged
rearranged
the
the
boat,
boat.
they rearranged
I
the
should put
boat
this?
before, they're not in the stacking boat anymore. more, so
like
a
the
minor
totals
C.
for the.
But every one of the
I mean, you can touch upon
Every
it.
one of the suites has,
What do you want, what do you,
this
should I put
and
it
that.
there?
Fold up ladders, so the hinges were opening and closing.
Honestly, actually, no,
Second
because it's
was
supposed to be
open.
2 minutes and we're already like.
That's why I said we make a copy.
Water's not
If
there.
he starts
You good
asking
one?
questions, have
Yeah,
him
I'm
say
trying
it.
to search
Just
for
make,
the.
just
Are you
make
done?
what's
Are you done?
Space
Yeah.
on
Put it on a
yours?
zip drive and put it on the computer.
On a zip drive,
Don't you have a zip drive?
There's a ladder.
I can email it.
Well, then email it and get yourself to,
I,
well, email it to yourself and then you can just like,
I will do
But I know
that.
what you mean. I'm sorry.
What? Submit and then you have to.
Water.
But it doesn't say it in
It
here.
doesn't say it. It just says that they remove the soil and then remediate the water.
The hinge opens, I pull it out, and things
But I got some things from there. I don't know how the actual
Well,
process is, you know?
I don't think you should probably incorporate anything and get off the internet.
No?
If it didn't say it in here.
hey, Alex,
Whatever they do,
you
remediation
done?
water.
Yeah, if you found like some remediation suggestions in here, then use that.
No.
If
It's
not,
easier to email it to yourself and pull it up there.
there's,
I mean like an assignment, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe I can say that, you know, pump and treat, which is simple, because if I go into the biological treatments, which are like chemical treatment, ozone and gas injection, I can say that, that's a way to remediate water. It was not in there at all. But that's what I took out from there, like, how do you remediate water? You can do it biological treatments, which include chemical treatment, when you inject ozone and oxygen to it.
Say that, say at the tail end.
Exactly, but I don't want him to ask me like, how do you inject?
Try to arrange
No, so like on the tail end, instead of making it seem like, oh, this is part of our report, but hey, you know what? I do know I did some research and yeah, boom, boom, boom. It wasn't our report, but
Not with management,
What it does is it's organizing by
we're
number.
having a problem.
By one, positive,
instead of the
It's not finding my phone.
but this is
Okay,
for,
but let me just ask you.
your phone?
Yes, the hotspot, so that I can use the internet.
Nicole,
Jump drive? Just email it to yourself. She can't email it to herself.
Yeah.
Do the BCC, do you see the BCC, do you know the BCC internet code?
You got a jump drive?
no, we're gonna email it.
Anyway, I'll just, yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't know the other name, but
They usually just pick up at your.
Is this yours?
It's not mine.
You know, the problem is unfortunately when I copied it and pasted it that way, it's 2/23 is February
Like,
of
literally has never been my
2003,
phone.
yeah.
And I use it.
it's going by month, it's thinking that the 23 is the
Anything
actual.
else?
What?
It's not the,
Not
I
a
think it's a year.
These on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're out of time.
That's the evaluation. That's what I'm saying, you have to take.
I don't know what it is.
We do all that.
We can do it manually. While everybody else is doing that. But we don't have time for that. So you just gotta submit what you got up to now and make a presentation. Okay, can you email it to me?
No, because I can't get on the internet right now.
Did you put it on a zip drive?
I don't have a zip drive.
Here,
That's, I was doing that from the beginning. I'd still be working on it down. Right.
it's not a big file, is it? Because I think there's like one of those free things that,
No.
well, that's like those Mac things, it's gonna create a bunch of stupid files on the zip drive. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you, if like the Mac creates like 8 files for,
Is this it? Is that what it's called? This IMG?
yeah, call it that.
No, is that what your thing is called?
I don't know what your thing is called.
Hey, but